Okay, I am going to switch over indirect percussion with the steel. I'm seriously thinking about going with a larger diameter steel, especially for these rock challenges. I'm going to use metal on metal because I lose less energy. I really do need to still remove some big flakes. All right. I lost my thick abrader, my coarse abrader. With my coarse abrader, I could really dull the edge a lot. See, the edge is not dull enough for those strikes that I'm doing right now. I really gotta put a rounding on that. Hopefully it won't crush again. Yep, it crushed again. Even with that rounded, well abraded platform, it's still crushed. Is it because of the steel? Well, yeah. If I had antler and I did that, it would probably break the tip of the antler. That's one reason why I use steel. It's not going to break. And guess what? You probably wouldn't see anything happen to the stone with a piece of antler if I did that. How did they used to do it in the past? They probably continued with the hammerstone until they couldn't go any further. Because it's hard to break a hammerstone, especially if you have a good one. It's not that difficult to find a good hammerstone. Go as far as you can with hammerstone, and that's it. Just go with what you got after that. And yes, sometimes you can pressure flake the edges well. Yeah, I'm going to have to change my strategy here in a minute. I can't do the regular type of platform. I've got to do the Neanderthal platform. What's the Neanderthal platform? That's the platform where you use the previous flake scar as the platform. I'll show you in a minute. See that? I'm chipping away the edge. I'm chipping that edge and not grinding it. I'm creating a flake scar. And right where that flake scar is, right where that little bubble, that negative bulb is, I shouldn't say bubble, but that negative bulb, I'm going to hit right in that negative bulb. But it's still not negative bulbish enough. That's the Neanderthal platform. The negative bulb is where you strike. Come on. It's not going to cooperate. All right, good enough. To scoop out that negative bulb, the Neanderthal platform, I'm going to try to hit that and see what happens. Why is there a difference? I don't know, but there just is. You can get a lot more power behind the Neanderthal platform. Is that really a thing? Is it a thing? It is with the Levallois technique. Look it up. Leva, Leva, Lois. Levallois. Or Levawa. That makes me laugh. All right. I did grind it, so I got a combination there. I got a combination of the Neanderthal platform and grinding. See, that's double effectiveness, right? Compared to a billet strike, not impressed. Yeah. Are we going to continue? Well, we have to continue with this challenge, or it wouldn't be a challenge, would it? I'm already going, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this no mores. Come on, dude. What do you want? You want the miracles? I struck that so hard that the hill that it came out of felt it. Oh yes. And there's a danger in doing that because you can create radial fracks. Look it up. Radial fracks. Radial cracks. Look it up. You can do radial cracks if you hit it really hard like that. So, it's risky. It's dicey. But when it works, it's oh so nicey. Oh yes. It didn't work all that well that time. Just so to be clear. So I'm doing both. I'm creating a bulb, a negative bulb, and I'm grinding the edge. So that's two times the amount of force I could probably get. Plus metal on metal, hitting with aluminum directly on steel. No energy loss there. So I don't have to wind up and, bump against the side of the car here. I can do all three. No energy loss between the indirect setup, a negative bulb, and grinding. This is requiring 3 techniques for delivering a powerful strike. The fourth aspect, you can also consider the narrowing of the area of applied force. If you want to get technical, I'm narrowing. I can even narrow it further with this point. Narrowing down or concentrating the applied force. Okay, I'm going to try this in a little bit, but I'm going to go with the larger tip. Hold on. I'm going to What did I do there? I took out all the stone chips from the tool tips. No more stone chips from the tool tips. I guess that's another aspect of how to get these strikes to hit with extreme force. You can't have any stone chips in the tool tips. Alright? Alright. No stone tips in the tool tips. Metal on metal. Negative bulb, grinding, talking smack. Yes, indeed. How many conditions is that? I'm trying to throw everything into this mix. Every possible way to generate power to get through this and thin it down. Yeah, my other brain is telling me to shut up while he tries to do this strike. These little strikes. Quit talking for a second. Can't do this while you're talking, right? Yeah, gonna have to. Got people watching. Got people wanting to see this. See it while I'm talking because they don't understand what their eyes are telling them. They try the monkey see, monkey do, and they don't know what's going on. Monkey doesn't see. Monkey only hears. Monkey hear, monkey do. Okay, fine, huh? I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun. That's the way some people are. They see with their ears and they hear with their eyes. All right. It's true. True. They look at a painting and they hear music. They hear something outstanding. It moved. All right, here we go. You play the most beautiful music. Hey, meh. Yeah, I'm hearing it, dude. It just doesn't move me. Everybody's different, right? Some of us are more different than others. Not saying who. Create the negative bulb. Do the grinding. Maybe follow a ridge. That's another thing. Follow a ridge. Yeah, as long as it's a high spot, you don't need to follow a ridge. But following a ridge is very advantageous, I do admit. Right? It tried. Did it try? Yes, it tried. I think there may actually be layering in this thing. I'm trying to do the shear force thing, and it's skipping. It's not planing like it should be. It's like skipping, like water. I mean, like a flat rock on water. It's going. It's not like a surfboard on a wave. It's skipping. With the shear forces, it's not like a surfboard on a wave. It's skipping like a flat rock on water. Should be like a surfboard on a wave if you want to get good results. Yes, there's different things that cause that. The inability to do the shear. One is layering. Two is inconsistencies in the material. Like it's soft, hard, soft, hard, soft, hard. Just the way the fracturing happens. Like, why is this smooth down here? Some of these were smooth, but I try to do that on this side and it's not smooth. It's not because aliens are messing with me and shooting their mess up beams onto the stone and messing me up. No, it's not the aliens. It could be layering in the stone. All right. That presents a problem. That's an issue. That is a problem. Because if there is an obstacle, it's like being on the attack. If there's an obstacle, I mean, you can't get around it. You've got to deal with the obstacle. All right, if that's the situation, if you have to get past that obstacle and it's in your way and you can't go around it, I mean, I got to get it thin. I can't avoid it being thin. Like if you're attacking the enemy and there's an obstacle and you have to get past it, you're going to have to hit that obstacle with everything you got. So I'm going to have to hit this rock with everything I got. It's either going to break or it's going to thin down. Now you can go by the other rule, finish it quicker and make it thicker. Yep. Can't do it though. Too many eyes are watching. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking way too much during this, but it's a learning process for everybody. I'm learning as I'm doing this. I'm pulling out all the stops, so to speak. I'm doing all the things I think I need to do, but there could be a better way to deal with this material. But this is the only piece I got. Story of my life. It's the only piece I got. I gotta make doo-doo with what, I gotta make do with what I got. No, dude, that's a better expression. Make doo-doo with what you got. Yeah. All right. See, I'm trying to keep the width. I'm trying to keep it really wide, but I'm not going to be able to. And I hate to lose the width, but I'm going to have to really create those good platforms. Still, I'm trying to conserve as much width as possible. Here we go. I'm gonna hit right on that, right on the strongest spot on the edge. See that? I did a little mistake and a little mistake. Two mistakes created two step fractures, one there and one there. But I have a area I'm gonna hit in the middle here. And maybe it'll work. Did it do it? It tried to go up over that, but it was a loss of energy there. Okay. How did they used to do it back in the day? There's some real thin points made of this stuff. Well, maybe it wasn't exactly like this stuff. Maybe it was a little bit easier. You gotta think about that. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't easier. Have you thought about that? Okay, let's just pretend it wasn't easier. How would they do it? By taking a lot more risks, that for sure. That is for sure. There's no way that you can get this thin down with natural tools like a hammerstone without hitting it really, really, really hard. I'm sorry. Like that, as hard as I was hitting it at the beginning with the billet. Yeah, I'm concentrating the force, but it's still the weight. The weight is a little different. I'm swinging this. I'm not hitting it like this, although I probably could hit it like that to get more momentum, but I can't seem to get the swing right. So I had to swing it this way and try to increase the speed that way. But I might be able to get more momentum if I hit it this way or if I had a bigger mallet. So yeah, I could be striking it a lot more. Off camera, yeah, I might be going to town on this thing and not caring. But this is the only piece I have, and it's on video. I don't have much choice but to be as careful as I can. And at the same time, ride that risk just on this edge of disaster. Just on this side of disaster. Okay. I hit my finger on that one. Okay. I lost total energy because I hit my finger on it. So that's why I don't like these. All right. Now see that knuckle saying, wait, don't strike, don't know. It's gonna hit me again. Oh well, I don't care. It's trying to hold back. Some of these things are not conscious. You're not conscious of unless you've experienced it many, many times and you go, wait a second, this is what happens. Whenever you get pain, the mind holds back and you don't really know you're holding back. Now some people just go nuts. They go bonker beans and they go, oh yeah? You think you can hurt me? Yeah? Take that. You might have an advantage there when it comes to this stuff. If that's the way things go. But for me, it's like, wait a second. No. Same with, stress. If you're really stressing on it and you're not getting anywhere, you kind of think you want to hit harder, but you're really losing your motivation to hit hard. You're really losing your motivation to focus on exactly where you should hit. If you're really striking it extremely hard and it's not getting anywhere, you're losing your interest in hitting it. Just like me, losing my interest in hitting this. because it's just crushing, and I know that if I hit it really, really hard, it is going to break. The whole thing will break. And I can't make these platforms any stronger than what I'm making. I could switch over to the more pointed tip and let's see if maybe I can whittle it down little by little. Alright, so that one did travel. Let's see if we can do it again. It's a little bit better, I suppose, yeah. Focus that force. I'm trying to get rid of that step right there. So if I don't get rid of that step somehow here soon, I'm not going to be able to get rid of it at all. Alright. I'm going to be up on the edge quite a bit. Higher than I normally would be. Yeah, I mean, I got through the step fracture, but it's not producing a long flake. Yeah, I'm able to get through the edge, thin down the edge, but the flakes are not long. Now, could I switch over to a different strategy and get it thinned some other way? I might be able to, but it would require me to get really aggressive with the narrowing of it. And then I could strike it, and maybe after getting it more narrow, I can get it thinner. Some of you might be noticing that it's easy to grind this stuff. Very observant. Yep. It's actually easy to grind this stuff. So if I were making something out of this back in the day, I would nap it down to about this much and then grind it the rest of the way. Yes, and I would not make a point out of it. Unless I absolutely had to. Because by now, I could already have a nice piece of bone cut out from a leg bone. It only takes about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more, to cut out a piece of bone from a leg bone, and then you can take another hour or so to shape it. And you would have a point, not quite as sharp as stone, but it would be something you could haft instead of messing with this stuff. But you've got some people that'll mess with this stuff all day and it doesn't bother them. Yeah, I suppose if I had all day, it wouldn't bother me. Yeah, so I mean, I can see that. I can see them spending a long time trying to get this thin down. Getting good at what technique will get these flakes to travel. That's what we want, dude. We wanted the technique. Show us the technique to get the flake to travel. What's so hard about that? You can spend literally years to find the technique to get these flakes to travel. That's what's so hard about it. And you may never find out the most efficient technique to get these flakes to travel. But if you're using indirect percussion, if you're smart enough to use it, you're well on your way, at least in one direction. I know, yeah, it's my preference, but I have a preference for a reason. And when it comes down to competition, who can make a point the fastest without breaking it? Who can make a bunch of points without ruining their joints, and without being too fatigued? The guy using the indirect percussion is going to win every time. As long as he knows how to do it. Can't be a newbie. Because you'll be up against one of those expert billeters that can do wonders with a bopper or a billet before you can go, huh? What's that? He's already got a point done and all he uses with a bopper. Got to be good. But if you're good, you can beat the bopper guys with the indirect percussion techniques. With indirect percussion techniques, you can beat the bopper guys. All right. Okay, I gotta quit here because the battery is running out. I'll upload the rest tomorrow or something. Okay.